What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to Sideline Summit. I'm Antonio Perez, joined as always by Danny Code, DC, UPenn's finest, Chris Coulter, CB Coach Boy. We got another great episode for you guys today. While you're watching this, opening night in the NBA has already happened, but unfortunately, no NBA for us today. If you did want to see any NBA, go to our main channel, Sideline Summit. We did just post our 2025-2026 NBA season predictions, MVP, Rookie of the Year, Defensive Player of the Year, who's winning the chip, who's making all NBA teams, all that sort of stuff. So go check that out if you need your NBA itch. I highly suggest it. But today we're going to be recapping week 7 in the NFL, not 6 but 7. So we'll be talking about a couple games. We'll be talking our peak of the week game this week. Broncos versus Giants with an absolutely electric fourth quarter by Bo Nix and his crew. We'll then be talking about the Unk Bowl, Icy Hot Bowl, Aaron Rodgers versus Joe Flacco. Bengals win the whiteout game against the Steelers. We will then move to Eagles versus Vikings. The Eagles are soaring, as one could say, through the air, as it should be. More on that later. We'll talk Chiefs Raiders. Chiefs, they finally got the full band together. They're looking like the best team in football, if you ask a certain individual. And then we'll wrap it up with Chargers Colts. The September champs, the Chargers are not looking well, but the Colts still look good a decent bit through October. So one can only assume this will go through the end of the year. But before any of that, leave a like, subscribe to the channel. Audio listeners, leave a like, 5-star review, download the episode. We would really appreciate it. But after that long yapping session by me, let me shut up. Let's go to Danny for Summits and Plummets, Mr. 18 Miles.
Yeah, so that is crazy. So certainly it was something that happened this past weekend. I did run 18 miles, but yeah, I think the reality is my biggest summit is next week. I'm going to the Bahamas and Cancun. So looking forward to that. Definitely first time on a cruise, on a boat cruise, as Adam Sandler would say. Funny enough, that is my Halloween costume. I am going as Happy Gilmore. That's why I commit a little reference. So, boat cruise, my cruise, Lakers in 5. But no, nonetheless, yeah, that is probably my summit of the week. It's kind of looking forward to next week. First time ever going on a cruise. You know, I think my plummet is the weather in the mornings, right? It is so cold in the mornings, and then it's like 75 in the afternoons. So I'm like wearing a coat to go to walk to my car. By the time I leave work, I'm putting the air conditioner on. Chris, welcome to Philadelphia.
The real plummet is 75 in the afternoon on October 21st. Not good. Not good. That's bad stuff. Right
there. Yeah, I mean, it's rare though. If you look at the next 10 days, today's the only day it's like that. So I'll give it a pass.
He said, "I'll allow it." Chris, what's on the agendas for Summits Plummets this week?
Plummet, I am actually bad luck. This is the second time I went to go see somebody that I like play and they get hurt in the game that I go see them play. So might have to not ever go to a sports game again. I don't know.
Could you pull up to Karl Malone celebrity basketball game event? I'm trying to see something.
He's on my list. Him, then wherever they're letting Deshaun Watson practice or exercise, I'll be pulling up there. And probably 2 for 1. See if Just Touch is there as well. See wherever they allow them to habitate, I'll be there. But that was cool though. That's like a summit and plummet. Jane Daniels got hurt in the game that I went to go see him play. But I did get the chance to go to the Cowboys Stadium for the first time. And it was, for the first time to see a game. And it was cool. Like, bro, the atmosphere was dope. They said it was 74,000 people in there that day in the stadium. And, bro, it looked like every bit of it, bro. The stadium's wonderful. Stadium's beautiful. Really, really cool. I got to see a CeeDee Lamb touchdown in person, which was dope. Really elite celebration, by the way. I just had a really, really good time. So I'll say that's my summit and my plummet. And then the other summit is the NBA's back today, which I'm so excited for because NBA is my favorite sport. I do like football, mainly just the Ravens, but I have become less of a Ravener because I am now a podcaster. So now I have to be subjective as much as I can. But basketball is my baby. I'm back. And I've already claimed my teams. They're not good except for the Magic, but Hornets and Hawks should be good. Hornets, Hawks, Magic, and then LeBron's team. I won't say the Lakers because F the Lakers, but LeBron and Luka and AR's team. I like them as well. But
and Rui.
Ooh, I was trying to get Rui traded for a deck of cards. Anyway,
French baguette.
I will take anything for Rui Hachimura except for Rudy Gobert. I'll take anything.
I didn't say Rudy Gobert. I said a French baguette.
I'll take it. I'll take it. I just won't take Rudy Gobert.
I say if we are claiming NBA teams real quick, obviously Celtics are the main squeeze, but extra eyes on Houston and Atlanta this year.
Realize.
I knew he was going to say the Nets and Igor Demon. That's why I just knew. Dang.
Yep, absolutely. And you know what? I will be paying extra attention to Alex R. Half joking, half serious. There was something there, okay?
I'm 100% serious. The Trailblazers, my team out west.
I'm cool with that.
We're not mad at that. I'm so not mad at that. Tumani Kamara, Donovan Clingan.
I love Clingan.
Drew Henderson.
I kind of want Dame to not play. He can go somewhere else.
He ain't go play.
Cut him. Cut him.
He's in Scoot's way.
Cut who?
Dame.
No, that's okay.
Yeah, cut Dame. What do you sound like?
They're trading Dame.
Cut Embiid. That's what you're saying.
No, unfortunately.
Actually, Dame's done more for his city, but
no, I'll tell you why. This is the worst part, Dame. This is the worst part. Sixers start 36-12. They believe they have hope. They trade Edgecombe McCain a first for Dame Lillard, and now you're sick about it.
They would never do that.
Oh no, you think not?
You say that. Your GM is Daryl Morey.
And he's a liar.
They would never do that. Says one of the stupidest franchises in
They
the
would
NBA.
never trade BJ Edgecombe for fucking Damian Lillard at 36
and McCain.
years old.
No, and McCain.
With a ham bone falling off his fucking hamstring.
They don't mind it. They don't mind it. Trust me when I tell you, they don't mind it.
Your GM is Daryl Morey. And
bro,
yeah, I just want to let the world know, by the way. I do want to let the world know. I do want to let the world know. Danny does not stand on that Embiid MVP take. Just want to let everybody know. He turned down Embiid for JB in his fantasy basketball league.
No. I didn't turn that down.
You took it.
No, I didn't turn it down. I was never offered the trade.
It wasn't offered.
Well, you were saying you wouldn't do it in a hypothetical scenario.
I wouldn't.
Because you said Embiid might not play 65 games. But you don't take that logic to what is like our most prestigious prediction of the NBA season.
It is. Same logic.
Same logic.
And you still picked him. Because you think this is ESPN and you're just trying to get off a hot take.
I think JB could easily win MVP too.
Jaylen Brown could easily win MVP. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He get 30 shots up a game, man.
Right.
All right, look, Tone, quick question. Just to play devil's advocate. Jaylen Brown averages 28, 7 and 7 on the third seed.
And I'll grow wings and start flying.
No,
I'll grow wings and start flying. Because Jaylen Brown, 7 assists.
That's what I'm saying. That's what they were saying. They'd be like, you know what? He really did take another step.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, and Danny, you saying Jaylen Brown's going to get 30 shots a night? No, he is not. He's going to get like 21, 22 shots a night.
Still a lot.
Just like Jason Tatum does when he's the number one option. Because Derek White's shots are going to go up. And believe it or not, people do enjoy Derek White shooting the ball in Missoula's system more than Jaylen Brown.
I enjoy Derek White playing basketball.
You like Derek White?
That's what he does best.
I like Derek White too.
Like playing basketball. One of my favorites.
Yeah, but
White.
if y'all didn't know, it's me and Danny were in like a little mic war. I kept muting him. He kept unmuting himself. Next time he tries to do that, I'm just gonna kick him, and it's gonna be a me and Chris special. But just real quick, college football summits and plummets. Huge summit to Navy. Finally ranked them. I think they deserve it. This also pushes the Temple agenda, but whatever. Huge credit to them. Huge shout out to Bama and Georgia. They continue to climb the ranks after Georgia's one loss being to Bama, Bama's one loss being to a horrible Florida State team. But week by week, they proved that's seemingly a fluke. No big deal. And huge shout out to Ohio State. I don't talk about them too much because not much needs to be said. They're the best team in the country. Miami, the fattest summit of potentially the season amongst actual contenders. Carson Beck, 4 picks. Louisville, hush money for my young Gunners. And then let's see, another plummet. I guess I would say, I don't want to say Tennessee. You lose to Alabama. That's not the end of the world. Nebraska. I finally let you in the top 25, and you automatically blow it to Minnesota. So there's that. I tried. Can't say I didn't. But let's move to pro football here. The peak of the week for this week, we agreed, was Broncos Giants. And I have some funny stats for you guys. Thanks to the Real app, you can look up a player's stats quarter by quarter. So we're going to take a look at Mr. Bo Nix's stats quarter by quarter here. So quarter 1, we have 27 passing yards, 3 yards attempt. The second quarter, 55 passing yards, about 5.5 yards an attempt, not bad. Quarter 3, 23 yards, 2 completions, about 4 yards an attempt. Fourth quarter, 174 passing yards, 2 passing touchdowns, 3 carries for 46 yards. He scored 35 fantasy points in the fourth alone. So what I did was I texted these 2 excellent young men that I have on the show here and said, have we just considered he has it? Have we considered our hating? There's no amount of hating in the world that will make this kid suck. He ain't good. He wasn't good for 3 quarters of that game. He wasn't good for 3 quarters against the Eagles. But when you need him, we say this with Jalen Hurts. We call it get bomb. Get it done by any means. Get a bomb. Welcome to Get Bomb FC, Bo Nix. Get it done by any means.
Can we start talking about the Panthers and Bryce Young the same way, though?
No, because Bryce Young's ankle is.
They beat the Jets by 7 points.
Respect the Jets. Actually, don't respect the Jets. No.
Between the 2 teams, J.C. Horn was the best receiver on the field that day.
No, Justin Fields was the best receiver on the field.
Respect Justin Fields and his I don't know.
Look, I don't think Fields is playing good enough to be a starting quarterback, but benching him for Tyrod Taylor is not the answer here. I mean, you get 0 questions answered with Tyrod Taylor on the field. If Garrett Wilson was like a first or second year receiver, it's like, okay, well, what does he look like when someone can get him the ball? Okay, sure, I guess. But that's not the case here. Well, Garrett Wilson wasn't even playing, but I digress.
I feel like the Jets are the biggest trap game for the Bengals of all time.
I'll allow it.
I guess. Can we get back to Broncos Giants though?
Yes. Bo Nix tricked me. He almost. But he didn't get me. He didn't get me.
I still think he's not great.
But I will say this though. In the words of Michael Irvin, time to pull greatness out of great men. That's Michael Irvin did say. But I will say this though, and Aqib Talib said it on the what used to be Gil's Arena, now it's the Underdog Arena. He just found a way to win, and I got to respect that, because you can be like Jackson Dart and find a way to lose. I mean, defense has a big part in it, I get it, but the big interception doesn't help. Or you can find a way to win. And no matter what I think about Bo Nix, at the end of the day, same thing with Jalen Hurts. Like, no matter what you think about Jalen Hurts being a good passer, a fullback, whatever jokes you want to have, they're winning the games, bro. At the end of the day, they're winning. So I have to respect that part of it. So that's just kind of what I get out of it. I respect the fact that obviously the professional athletes, they shouldn't give up, but they didn't give up and they actually kept going. And I feel like one thing I seen when I watched it over again, they really had the belief that they were going to win. I don't think they really wavered. I think that's one thing that kind of goes with just having faith in your team as a whole, or even having faith in your quarterback. So I do give my nod to that.
Danny, what were your thoughts on that game? I mean, Dart didn't have an incredibly accurate day. Drops did play a part, but he also had some inaccuracy issues. He did put 32 up on the board, though, for his team. So, what were your thoughts on this?
I'm going to say that the Giants nailed this draft class, and that the Giants could lose every game the rest of this year, and it feels like they have momentum going forward in their franchise for the first time since probably they drafted Saquon Barkley. They're a competitive football team for the first time in like 6 years.
They made the playoffs 3 years ago.
And no one took them seriously. I think if they made the playoffs this year,
take them serious now.
If they look, not this year because Malik Neighbors is hurt, but I think moving forward as a team, people would take them seriously because
do you take them seriously right now? No,
not this current season because they don't have Malik Neighbors, but knowing what they have at the helm going forward on defense with Jackson Dart starting and Scatterville, like. My point is this Giants team has a solid foundation of defense. They're still building on the ground. And you add a few more weapons, like you get Neighbors back and you add a receiver, and I think they have what it takes to kind of take the next step. And you saw that in this game. I mean, they dialed up. There's no part of the playbook that they don't feel free calling. They call QB power with Jackson Dart. They're calling jet sweeps. They're calling end arounds. They're going deep in the playbook. And I think that props to Dable for having the awareness that his quarterback can do that after having Russell Wilson and Daniel Jones. He ran Daniel Jones out of town, but Daniel Jones will be a different quarterback. So, I got to say that. But, Jackson Dart looks serviceable in New York. And I don't think many people expected that.
So first thing is they were competitive 3 years ago. They actually won 9 one-score games. That's about as competitive as it gets. 2, Dart isn't asked to do more for his team than Bo is to do more for his. Getting fancy and having your quarterback execute every corner of the playbook are two completely different things, in my opinion. I did not think Dart, even with the horrible first 3 quarters by the Broncos, did not think he was the better quarterback in that game. So now, mind you, that's not the point you made. But my point is, if you think Dart is good going forward, but you don't think Bo is, that kind of just leaves me scratching my head a little bit because I honestly think
Bo's the guy. I think Bo's the guy there.
He's the guy there, but he's not that good. How does that work?
I don't think he's ever going to be an elite quarterback. I think he could still be the guy there without being. Jared Goff's not an elite quarterback.
Will Jackson Dart be an elite quarterback?
No.
Then we're not satisfied here. What are we doing?
Plenty of teams have good quarterbacks that aren't elite, and they're there. Jared Goff has been in Detroit for how many years? And
how many Super Bowls they got? How many times have they been to the Super Bowl? None.
Is Super Bowl a measuring for elite if quarterback's elite or not?
No, that's not. The question was, can you win a Super Bowl with what Jackson Dart is? If he's not going to be elite quarterback level, then no, they're probably not going to win the Super Bowl.
I think they can go to the Super Bowl with Jackson Dart eventually.
Are we just looking to get there, or are we looking to win?
I just said I'm making a claim they can get there. I'm not saying they could win, but I think it's 50-50.
Anyone can get there. Brock Purdy got there. Anyway, let's move on to the rest of the recap. This is way too early for me to be stressed out. Let's start with the Unk Bowl, where Danny's team lost to a 70-year-old Joe Flacco.
I called that, I think. I think I called it.
Yes, and we'll lead with you because you did call it. What you see in this game, how did you think Flacco attacked the game better than Browning did?
I'll tell you this.
Yeah.
I'll tell you this. I saw that hate in Joe Flacco's eyes that he's had for years. I knew he was going to come out with that hate. And he still loves the Ravens. He knew. He said, Lamar coming back next week, maybe. Let me put a dent in the Steelers' history. Bink. No, that's what I seen. No, I think I just seen Jamar Chase. I think that's really just what I see, bro.
16 for 23, 151, 2 tutties.
He's 17,
and
right?
The win.
I don't mind it, bro, because this is
a Jalen Hurts special right there.
If he is your best player, prove it. If you want to win, prove it. If you want to win, prove it. And that's what they did. It's like, well, they're not stopping Jamar Chase early. He had 12 catches in the first half, if I'm not mistaken, or something like that. Or maybe 11, something like that.
I can verify that for you real quick.
I think he had 12. I think. Or 10. But maybe he had 12.
I think he had 11.
Chase had 2. He had 7 catches in the first half and 9 in the second half. Targets wise, though,
or maybe he had 12 targets.
He got 11 targets in the first half.
11. That's okay. Yeah, and I think for me, it's just
7 fourth quarter targets.
It's feeding your guy, bro. Feed him, bro. And I think at the end of the day, that's what I'll be wanting to happen to Justin Jefferson. Now, Carson Wentz did try it, but he literally threw it over his head every time.
He certainly put it in his orbit for sure.
He definitely put it over there, but he didn't throw it to him. He said, "Hey, Justin, maybe Jettis can get this one." But I don't know. I think what I seen from the Bengals is a team that's legitimately trying to stay around until Joe Burrow comes back. I think that's what I got from this game. I think Joe Flacco knows what his job is there, what he's brought there to do. He's brought there to just try to keep him afloat. And one thing the Bengals are going to do is pass the ball, and that's what Joe Flacco did in Joe Burrow's place. And that's what I took away from the Bengals. And I think from the Steelers, I think it's just my not fear, because I want them to be bad. No offense, Danny. Sorry, I'm the Ravens fan, as you know. But I don't see it. They need another weapon. They needed a Tyreek Hill if he was going to be available. It's almost like
Myers or Shaheed.
It's almost like they could use a wide receiver too. From Georgia. I don't know. No, that's what I think.
You can need a guy as much as you want, but if he don't need you,
I think that's my main thing though. I think they're just missing another weapon, because I think DK, if it's not that shot down the field, it was kind of nothing for him. And if it wasn't the tight ends, it was pretty much nothing moving the ball. So I think they need another receiving threat. I know Danny mentioned 3 good ones. I think Jacoby Myers would probably be my choice if I could pick. I think he'd be a really good addition, especially with what, even at 97 years old, Aaron Rodgers is still really good at. Aaron Rodgers had a really good game, in my opinion. I think he moved around really well. He looked good. But I think that's what it showed for me from the Steelers. They just need another weapon.
Yeah, I absolutely agree. Danny, I'm sure you have a comment or two about the man defense all night. Like, this is not the dude you run that against. Jamar Chase is just one of the last 2 people on earth you run man with.
Yeah,
so
I don't understand why they do that. Reality is, what beat them is Joe Flacco. Joe Flacco getting the ball out quick. Joe Flacco not collapsing under the pressure. The Bengals offensive tackles turned into fucking like the best offensive tackles I've ever seen ever. Like, they played their best game ever. And part of that is tribute to Joe Flacco getting the ball out quick. That is the difference between Jake Browning and Joe Flacco. He's going to get the ball out quick, on time, on schedule. He's not going to pump. He knows how to go through his progressions. And the reality is, they have to make a quarterback good. And that's what takes a quarterback from having the Browns' weapons and having Isaiah Bond as your wide receiver too, versus having T. Higgins and Jamar Chase. Joe Flacco elevated his game that way, because he went from bottom feeder to let them play football and be the better receivers. So with that in mind, look, the Bengals are going to be competitive with every team they play the rest of the year out, and then until they get Joe Burrow back. I have a question though. If Joe Flacco's doing this with these two, is Joe Burrow really special?
No, I'm trolling.
Crazy.
Crazy. Wait. I said this in the beginning of the year to y'all, and y'all told me a bunch of stuff. Now he's having a really good year. I want y'all to tell me right now, what's the difference between Dak Prescott and Joe Burrow right now?
I'm gonna be honest. When I told you the difference between them at that moment, it was literally just when Joe gets to the playoffs, he is very successful. Super Bowl, AFC championship game. Those are his only 2 appearances, though.
Beat Patrick Mahomes.
Regular season, you will be damned to find a lot of quarterbacks who are going to mess with Dak. I saw a video of somebody trolling. They said, "Oh, yeah, buddy, we'll take these Dak shots."
Dak shot, but that's hilarious.
And that's got it. And that immediately, I hope the casual watcher makes Dak Prescott more enjoyable. because Dak shots is hilarious. No, but that's a great point. I mean, yeah, no, Dak Prescott could easily run.
And look, and
Things
dare I say
in
this?
Cincinnati. He gets the ball out fast. I'd say he's more mobile than Joe Burrow, even though his foot got turned into a Jersey Mike's number 2 Mike's way. But
And look
yeah.
at this. Look at this. It's almost like when you give Dak Prescott a second receiver who's really good. It's and a mid running back, mid to decent tier running back. Shout out Javonte Williams. It's almost like he looks just like Joe Burrow. And when I was telling people that 2 years ago, I was like, well, he didn't make a Super Bowl. Okay, well, he didn't win it either. So they both have no wins. So let's compare player to player. Dak moves around better than the pocket than Joe Burrow, I'd say. I think Joe Burrow's the most accurate quarterback I've ever seen, though. I will say that. He is ridiculously accurate. But outside of that, I'd be hard-pressed to see too many differences. And that's not even hate. I think Dak's top 7, obviously. This year's top 5. But in regular speaking, he's top 7, I'd say.
Yeah.
So
this year, I'd be Dak's been one of the best 3 quarterbacks in the league so far to start this year.
100%.
I'd say so. Yeah. No, definitely love to Dak though. He absolutely has had an 1,000-yard rusher, 2 1,000-yard receivers, a 10-sack guy, and a 10-pick guy. Don't ask me what he did with that because it wasn't much. But he's had the weapons. He hasn't had Jamar Chase, T. Higgins, but he's had a healthy Michael Gallup and CeeDee Lamb. He had Des Bryant.
Amari Cooper, man.
On a time. He had Amari Cooper.
Amari Cooper was the wide receiver 1 when CeeDee Lamb got there.
Okay. My bad, dude. Oh my God, I didn't know we were going to war about Amari Cooper.
I love Amari Cooper.
No, you don't.
Respect to you, Danny, for loving random wide receivers because I got random wide receiver love too.
Amari Cooper. I'm so sure we're going to war. By the way, CeeDee lapped him by year 3. Just saying.
You can't tell me nothing about Ray McLeod.
Right, dude. I got to pick with him.
He just got cut today. Shout out to him.
Yo, you know how he got cut? You see the video of him on the internet?
No.
Whole team, bro, whole team celebrating after the Falcons won the big game against the Bills. Ray sitting there in the back like this.
He said, "You know what? I'm out of here anyway, so let me just be mad."
Hey, man.
He's just mad.
But let's move on to another team that seemingly has mad people after a win. Philadelphia Eagles take down the Minnesota Vikings 28-22. Jalen Hurts has easily his best game of the year, 326 through the air, 3 touchdowns, the only quarterback with a perfect passer rating. I believe in the first one this season. I don't think anyone had a perfect one last year, unless Lamar slipped one in there because he actually has the most of those in NFL history, if anybody cared. Quick Lamar prop. But Devontae Smith has a career day, 9 for 183 and a touchdown. A.J. Brown, 4 catches, 122, 2 scores. But the talk of the town is we can't get the run game going. So there's that. On the other side, Carson Wentz thinks up the joint. Second half is not as bad, at least completions-wise and getting the ball out wise, but he did miss some pretty bad throws. Addison had 9 for 128. Jefferson, relatively in check for his standards, 5 for 79. But yeah, I guess I can go first because I'm definitely going to rant a little bit, or I'm just going to go like a small tangent. Even though the Eagles passing game looked great, it's coming off the back of talent. And in a league where coaching matters so much, people will coach around said talent. The first touchdown, Jalen, I don't even know what route A.J. Brown ran. He kind of just ran and then
that shit was stupid, bro.
The outside back. I have no clue what that was. I don't think that's his fault. I just don't know what they were supposed to run. Luckily, they only rushed 3. You give Jalen Hurts time. I promise you he's going to deliver. Points traffic, we score. The touchdown to Devontae. Apparently, Devontae had to call his own shot at halftime. He had to go there and be like, hey, like this play's still there. That's how they score there. And I'm not going to hold you.
I don't think that
down to A.J. Brown. No. The players calling their shot, absolutely do it for sure.
Even when the as a competitor, does, I get that
eventually. Yeah, no. Absolutely. I do agree. Even when the play calling does get correct, call your shot. If you see something, call your shot. But right now, they're not calling something. They're not calling their shot because they see something. They're calling their shot because it's at the point. It's like, look, I don't know what you see. I'm just going to trust my talent at this moment. But I guess that also, if they see something. And then the second touchdown to AJ, I don't like the space between him and Smitty, but there's a touchdown, so whatever. So, baby steps. Talent prevails in this one when the other quarterback is clearly inferior. The run game, scheme's not great. Blockings hasn't been great. Saquon hasn't done the best job after contact, but when the first person getting your hands on you is like a 270-pound man, I don't blame you. I will say, though, he still stinks in pass protection.
Yeah, Saquon Barkley is losing snaps because he cannot pass protect.
Yeah. Guy we're paying a lot of money. Can't pick up the blitz.
You know what's crazy? Last year, because he was a household name and everyone loved Kenneth Gainwell, people are like, oh, yeah, they're bringing Kenneth Gainwell over snaps. Fun. Now, they brought him in because he's really good at pass protecting. And he's getting the occasional rush. But with Saquon Barkley, Kenny G leaves. Now they're like, oh, yeah, we need Saquon to pass rush because your backups are A.J. Dillon and Tank Bigsby.
Shout out
Realistically, they should probably maybe you're bringing in Grant Calcaterra too, some 2 tight end sets. If we're gonna run the ball, just put in Fred Johnson. I wouldn't mind. But yeah,
listen to the Steelers. Listen to the Steelers playbook. They put in Calvin Anderson, extend the O-line, bring in Darnell Washington. Say we're gonna run the fucking ball down your throat and try to stop us.
Yeah. Except my only thing wrong with that is I feel like at that point they're forcing the run game so hard. I feel like the Eagles' dynamic play has always been built off the back of Smith, Brown, and Hurts. Those 3 have a good game. Smith. You will be damned to beat the Philadelphia Eagles. Be damned. Because no one can do it.
Devontae Smith, the top 10 receiver? I say so.
He is 6th in receiving yards right now. I'm just saying. I'm not saying he's better than 1K, but
all I got to say is when the lights are brightest, who shines brightest?
Those 3. Super Bowl, who showed up? Those 3. The last Super Bowl, who showed up? Those 3.
I'm speaking more about Devontae Smith. I think he deserves all the praise in the fucking world. I was out at a bar and everyone said, throw A.J. Brown the ball. I'm like, no, Devontae Smith just gets open. Stop calling for A.J. Brown to get the ball. I know he needs to get the ball. That's the different part of the story. But stop complaining when your other all-pro receiver is getting the ball.
I'm sure that's not I'm sure they don't say get A.J. the ball when Smitty catches it, but
they did.
Well, that's your dumb fault for going to a bar cosplaying as an Eagles fan, by the way. You're not slick.
Who said I was cosplaying as an Eagles fan?
You are. You're a cosplayer. Put it on your little Kelly Green windbreaker and going out in Philadelphia and cosplaying to be one of them.
It wasn't Kelly Green windbreaker that time.
Yes, you did. Yes, you did, because you sent me a Snapchat picture. You're not slick.
I took it off.
Oh, okay.
It was hot.
Yep. Okay. Anyway.
It was hot.
No. Chris, what'd you think about the Eagles in this one?
Oh, man. But tears in my eyes. The Eagles, what I think about the Eagles in this one is every time I look up and Saquon Barkley does not have 100 all-purpose yards, I think, damn, did he play? Did he get injured in the first half? What happened? But again, this is what I say about the Eagles every week when they win. It shows, and it is a good thing when you have a team. When you have 7 guys who are good. When you got maybe 10 who are good, not just 4. I know that sounds crazy, but when you have 10 guys who are good, sometimes the first, second, third best player may have a terrible game. 5 through 10 play good, you win by a touchdown. That is what happens. And again, I say this all the time about Jalen Hurts when it comes to throwing the ball. I swear, if they had an offensive coordinator that wasn't redacted, they may throw the ball more often. And I swear to God, I know for a fact because I've seen it, Jalen Hurts can throw the ball. He can. He can throw it down the field. One of the prettiest deep balls I've ever seen as far as Tone has showed me, and I went back and watched tape. It is one of the. It is.
Especially down the sideline. That's where he really makes the money.
It's beautiful. And I think that's like the gift and the curse to him because you know his deep ball is good. You know A.J. Brown's literally a transformer. You just want to see it happen more often. You just want to see him throw 8 deep passes down the field every once in a while just because you want to see what happens. And I get that as a fan who wants to see entertainment. I get it. But this isn't the WWE. This is the NFL where it's about winning games. And they do what they have to. And I will say this too. I respect
they get it done by any means.
No, don't you do it. Don't you
get bombed.
Don't you dare. And before I finish my sentence, Danny tried to send me Michael Bridges, y'all, in the fantasy league. I want y'all to know that. I would not never let him live that down. But that's a conversation for another day. But I think just all BS aside for the Eagles, I think they win the way they have to. Sometimes they're going to run for 230 yards between Jalen Hurts and Saquon Barkley. Sometimes they'll throw for 250. And either way, they're getting the win. So I just respect them as a team for going out there and winning different ways because for playoff success, you got to be able to win in more than one way because playoffs come and try to take away what you're best at or what you should be best at throughout the year. And I think this is good for the Eagles because they're just showing you time and time again that there's really no quote-unquote preparing to stop them. Like, yeah, you go take Saquon away, but you forget you got Jalen Hurts, A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith to worry about. So just another way to win game.
Yeah, absolutely. It was a fun game. This guy on Twitter, he kind of put it the best way. It's like other guys, Dak Prescott, no shade, Lamar Jackson sometimes. Those are guys regular season MVP level guys, but what will I get from you in those cold months of January, potentially February? Jalen Hurts, I have no worries about what he's going to deliver to me in an NFC Championship game or in a Super Bowl. But Jalen Hurts, what will you bring me at 1 p.m. Eastern on Sunday in the middle of October? I have no idea. I don't know. And you know what? It is a blessing and a curse. When he does these great things, I get to go rah, whatever. And then when he plays bad, I have to explain to them that, my middle school coach drew up better concepts than this. So
well, you're better than me, Tony. I'll tell you why. Every week after Jalen Hurts did anything slightly positive, people will be blocking me all over the place because I'll be sending DMs and messages. Boy, you're better than me. Lamar Jackson ain't sniffed the Super Bowl yet. And you can't tell me he don't got 5 in his back pocket with the way I talk. Yeah. So you're better than me. You're way better than me.
Look, every time I end up losing an argument, I have a picture of him with the Super Bowl MVP in hand. I'm good. But let's move on to a guy who also has a couple Super Bowl MVPs in his own right. Mr. Patrick Mahomes got Rashee Rice back. There was once upon a time they were 0-2, and people were like, they probably won't win the division, me included. But then you have to sit back and be like, okay, can we judge this team with the injuries without Rashee Rice? How this all look? Zoom forward about a month later, they're 4-3, and no one would know. No one would know they're 4-3. You would just assume they're the best team in the league once again. This is the first time that they've had the full band of Hollywood, Xavier Worthy, and Rashee Rice. And none of them had a too crazy standout game to the other. Kelsey had 54 yards. Pacheco had 57 on the ground. Brashard Smith had 81 scrimmage yards. Hollywood Brown only had 2 catches, 14 yards, but got in the end zone. Worthy, 35 yards. Schuster, 35 yards. Thornton had a long catch, 39 yards. And Rashee Rice had 42 yards, 2 touchdowns. And through all that, Mahomes ended up with 286. Ultimate all lives matter ball by Mahomes. This is exactly why he's my MVP at this moment. This receiving core doesn't cut it for 99.9% of the league. Doesn't cut it flat out. But for Mahomes, it's just enough. It is just enough. Obviously, we'll need to see this full unit a little bit more battle tested, not the Raiders. But this was absolutely a great start. Mahomes got out of there having only to play not even a full 3/4 of football. Got Gardner Minshew in the game for a good chunk of it. So a hell of a win by the Chiefs.
They're not like a top tier duo, but I don't mind Rashee Rice and Xavier Worthy as a 1 and 2.
But I think that's I think talking
I need Rashee Rice just to get into the motion of things, but I think I agree for the most part.
I think you might have undersold him a tad. Only reason I say this is I say I take the Chiefs wide receiver core over the Bills any day.
100%.
And it's a few teams where I'm thinking like
tight ends included.
I mean, they do got Knox and Kincaid, but I mean Travis Kelce, even though
Knox and Kincaid would not get off the field in Kansas City, I think, at this rate.
I get that, but I think Noah Gray and Kelce are a good duo. I would say today's day
at the bare minimum.
Yeah, today's day and age, I'll probably take Kincaid Knox over, but then I'd take Rice Worthy. Shit, the way
Bryce
Juju
Worthy, Hollywood, and Juju.
over Shakir,
Coleman.
Keon, and you name the next two. Well, Josh Palmer.
Curtis Samuel.
Or Curtis Samuel too, yeah.
Yeah, I see where you're coming from.
But then again, who they don't use.
Also in the Bills' defense, the Bills are a run-first team with their
true.
quarterback and James Cook. So
I think the Chiefs
kind of
wish they
balances
could be a
things
run.
out.
The Chiefs wish they could be a run-first team.
If the Chiefs were a run-first team, we would be talking about banning the NFL.
Yeah.
Patrick Mahomes getting a run-first offense, and then that opens up the pass room. Yeah, that'd be ridiculous. We'd be talking about what we're talking about with the Dodgers right now.
That's what they're trying to get.
Imagine if they had like an O-line and a run-first team, and not like Pacheco and Brashard Smith. They had like a Derrick Henry.
Yo, Brashard Smith-Stray not needed. Good
play. He's solid. I like him out of the backfield, but I don't like him as like a lead back.
I like him in the slot. Honestly, I like him getting the ball in his hands in space and letting the receivers block up for him.
You better get used to it, Brashard Smith in the slot. You better get used to it.
Yo,
I like that he's starting to take a majority of the touches from Kareem Hunt. I do like that. 14 carries for him. Didn't amount to much. But yeah, the carry should be between Pacheco and Smith for sure. Because Pacheco and Hunt, they're too similar.
You know what I know is coming next year? Najee Harris signing a 1-year deal with the Chiefs. I see it coming right now.
To be Kareem Hunt?
Yep.
Yeah, I feel it. I seen somebody say that somewhere, and I'm like, you know what? That sounds so.
It's so cheat coded, right?
It sounds so doable. That sounds
Chiefs coded for sure. Another thing is Chiefs coded is probably signing Devontae Adams one too many years late, but at this rate, that's looking like it's going to be a couple years because he's still good.
What's he going to be? 37?
He's good, but he's still so good, bro. Like,
now, do you see why I'm still mad at that Instagram post with that Raven Edgar Allan Poe? Do you see why I'm still mad? I'm not letting it go. He tricked me. He'll give me the salivate.
Well, he would have got to your team and he would have became a watch receiver. But
no, because DeAndre Hopkins did make a one-hand catch. Now, don't ask me what he's done after that because season doesn't even matter yet. But
so the season is over.
No. If Lamar comes back and we beat the Bears, I get a week to talk nonsense to everybody that I know. We're so back.
Bro, they said that Lamar consulted a doctor named Dr. P. Nose.
We're done.
Okay. So the season is over.
He's starting to talk about
great win by the Chiefs. Not too much to go over there, but let's get to our last game here. Chargers versus Colts. Chargers, they turned the ball over early. Herbert, did his best to fight back from his own mistakes, but it doesn't work out that way. And you also don't get away, you don't get away clean when you're the reason your team was in the deficit. So, excellent attempt, I guess you could say. But I will not be considering this a good game, even as Herbert FC president. But you know who did have a good game? That Daniel Jones. He had another good game. 28 yards, 2 touchdowns, no turnovers. Only took 1 sack on the day. Jonathan Taylor looking every bit of the offensive player of the year. No. I'm gonna have to say JSN right now. But looking every bit
Jonathan Taylor is on pace for 26 touchdowns.
That's insane, dude.
Yeah, I'm afraid that's winning it. But anyway, he had 16 carries, 94 yards. He had 132 scrimmage yards. Michael Pittman with another great game after I benched him in fantasy. Tyler Warren had a good game. Alex Pierce had a good game. It's just everybody's eating besides Adonai Mitchell. Your career's over, buddy. But yeah, I mean, besides that, the top guys on the Colts are eating. Danny, I want to start with you. 7 weeks into the season, Colts are 6-1. In some pretty demanding wins, looking very Lion-esque. Guys are just spawning open. Defense is doing their thing. Are they contenders?
Yes, and I'm going to tell you why. It has nothing to do with any of the players. It has everything to do with who's calling the plays. The last time that Shane Steichen was given a competent roster with a quarterback who did what's asked in the scheme and a running back who could run all over the place, they went to Super Bowl. They lost, but they went to the Super Bowl.
their offense basically left the field with a tie game. So
that's all you can really ask for when you're down 8. But that's not the point. We're not talking about the Eagles. We're talking about the Colts.
Yes.
Shane Steichen can take this team. And one thing I will say is this team will go as far as Jonathan Taylor takes them. And this is not a shade at Daniel Jones, but more so to say that Jonathan Taylor is that guy. Daniel Jones has the command of this offense. He took a year in Minnesota and matured. I don't know what he did at quarterback in Minnesota. Kevin O'Connell, everything you touch turns to gold. You're like a QB whisperer at this point. Like legitimately.
He might be.
The Colts team is going to be 7-1 going into because they're going to beat the piss out of the Titans this week.
Yeah.
But my question for you, both of you, is how bad is Anthony Richardson?
Yeah, because
no comment.
Because okay, Hurts played under Steichen. He goes and wins 14 games, makes it to a Super Bowl.
Borderline MVP candidate.
Was going to win the MVP if he didn't bruise his shoulder. He was going to win the Most Valuable Player award. He was going to be sitting for 3 weeks because they would have locked up the 1 seed by week 15.
Yep.
And then his first year in Indy, who did he have at quarterback?
Joe Flacco.
He had Flacco. They were decent.
They were slinging it.
And you know what? And this is kind of like the Shanahan thing. Jimmy G could run the system to an extent. Purdy could run the system to an extent. Why couldn't Trey Lance? And it's like, you know what? Some guys just like the taller, slightly mobile pocket passer. Sometimes they just got it more than the fullbacks cosplaying as quarterbacks.
And goddamn it, Joe Flacco still can run.
Jalen Hurts definitely fits into the mold of tall, white quarterback, slightly mobile for sure. But yeah, no, you make a great point.
Run too. That boy had the wheels on Thursday Night Football.
Yeah,
they let him pull a read option. If he does it against any other team, he is getting smoked.
I will say though, Daniel Jones has looked really good evading pressure. That's not something he used to do really good in the past. Maneuvering the pocket correctly, knowing when to step up. He's just been strong too. He's not easy to bring down anymore. He keeps his eyes upfield when he's rolling out of the pocket. It's just been great stuff by him. It's really good quarterbacking. The first couple weeks, I was hesitant because there was there's still things you're leaving on the table. But now he's really getting into the motion of things. And it's kind of the same thing with Sam Darnold. He went to Kyle Shanahan, then ended up with KOC. Daniel Jones with really, he still learned stuff from Dable, then went to KOC, and now he's in the hands of Shane Steichen.
Yeah,
it's amazing stuff. But Chris,
I love a year 7 jump.
Yes, the ethical year 7 jump when Kyler Murray gets when we send. Let me think. Who's a goated OC right now? Whatever. When Kyler Murray gets his play calling guru, we up.
Yo, on the real, they talking Arthur Smith is really doing miracles.
Nah, I'm good, man. I'm good, bro. Y'all can keep him.
No, not for the Eagles. I'm just
Clint
saying.
Kubiak. Said, when Kyler gets Clint Kubiak, we up.
He gets Kingsbury.
No, not again. But Chris, I'm going to ask you the same question. Indianapolis, do you see them as contenders in the AFC?
I want to. I really do. And sometimes I do. The defense is legit. But it's like this fucking won't go on much longer. Daniel Jones is almost 27. I don't know. I want to believe it, but I don't know. I'm hard pressed to. But one thing that I know translates is a running game, and Jonathan Taylor is the best running back in NFL this year, and I don't think it's necessarily close. So I'll say yeah. I'll say I believe. Because honestly, if Daniel Jones just continues to manage the game and just limits turnovers, I think they can be in the game with anybody else because of what Danny said. with their defense being legit. So I can see them winning a couple 17-13, 17-14s when they need to. So I'll say I'm in.
Yeah, I'm not mad at it. I just peeped our like little flag league. They posted a flyer for an upcoming indoor winter season. I'd be lying if I said I wasn't slightly intrigued. Not gonna lie.
Yeah, for sure.
Especially indoors, it's not gonna be Brick and Morty when we play.
Rick and Morty. Yo,
yeah,
that was fire.
One thing I want to note, right? This Colts team. Do you guys know what DVOA is?
Yep.
Defense adjusted value over average, Chris. So basically, how well the offense is doing if you adjust for the defense. I'll let you guess what this Colts team ranks.
all time, like top 3. Oh, whoa! Good thing he asked Chris to guess and not me.
I have no idea. 10.
Through 7 weeks, they're ranked number 5.
Close. Ish.
Yeah. Who are those top 4 teams?
They're a top. I don't know the top 4 teams. I don't have it pulled up right now. I saw it earlier. They're the 5th ranked team offense through 7 weeks all time. Like, you're doing a regression, but like prior output clearly indicates some future output. So like you should regress somewhat, but there's a chance you just continue to go fugazi because like we saw the Saints regress because when they put up 40 points back-to-back weeks to start last year. But 7 weeks, there's a point where you're like, your only loss came against the Rams where you really had the game won, and then A.D. Mitchell, who's going to get cut, like did some boneheaded shit. I start to look at this Colts team, and they should be the horse in the AFC. They should be the lead horse.
I don't know about lead horse, but they're in the mix. I would agree with y'all. Look, the Chiefs have it figured out. I have no choice but to all hail Mahomes. I'm sorry.
Oh no, I'm saying lead horse in the regular season going to the playoffs. That does not mean.
Oh, like they could get the 1 seed.
Yeah, that doesn't mean I'm picking against Patrick Mahomes in the playoffs.
Oh, my bad. Hey, we've all picked against Patrick Mahomes in the playoffs before.
And we've learned our lesson, correct?
I haven't, because my guys did it. My guys, here are the people who've beaten Patrick Mahomes in the playoffs. Joe Burrow, for sure, first ballot Hall of Famer. Tom Brady, the GOAT, and Jalen Hurts.
Running back, you got beat by a running back and then the best quarterback of all time. And then the
black quarterback's a running back. Wow. Okay. Anyway, guys, thank you guys for tuning in. Again, YouTube, leave a like, subscribe to the channel, audio, leave a like, 5-star review. Make sure y'all go enjoy some amazing opening week of NBA basketball because that's what we will be doing from AP New Freezer, coached by Amigos, DC Comics. Thank you for tuning in. We'll catch you guys later this week. Go Celtics.